I think you should. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Almighty God, you have blessed us with memory, reason, and skill. Help us to use them wisely in the service of our town government. We ask this in thy holy name, amen. We'll salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I thank you all for coming. Welcome anybody from the public who wish to address the top of the board.
Please.
Would you probably identify yourself for the...
Yes, my name is John Canty. I'm chairman of the Paris Mills Park Committee. Today I just want to give you or put into minutes the memorandum of understanding. Yeah, Jane is passing it around at this moment. I'll wait till everyone has one. All right. It says a group of concerned individuals in the Paris Mills area of Champlain has formed a committee to help with securing playground equipment and restoration of the park. It has been neglected over the past few years, and it would benefit the children and families in the vicinity of Paris Mills to have a park available for physical activity and socialization. It also lists all 9 members of the committee. And it says, we have also had the assistance of Town Board Councilman Brian Moore and Town of Champlain Secretary Bookkeeper Jane West. We are requesting assistance from the Town of Champlain using any resources you have available to help in the restoration and maintenance of the park.
Okay.
We just wanted to kind of get some minutes in there for the Paris Mills Park Committee, and also see if you guys would help in any kind of way and that you could for the Paris Mills Park.
Okay, I do believe it's on the agenda tonight to approve the paving.
Yes, we have an estimate.
Around that paving, we expect that to be approved tonight.
Oh, perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
We've got a quote, or bid, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
We want to go forward with that. Certainly a well-worthy project, and we certainly support it, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
As you well know, everything boils down to funds to do what we want to do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've also gotten 2 grants so far, so we've been with the help of Jane and Brian.
Yes.
They've really helped out a lot. So.
Well, we appreciate the efforts that the people are putting into this,
Yes.
wanting it.
Yes.
It would not work otherwise if you guys didn't want it, okay?
How is the website going?
The website's going really well. We have it's going on until September 30th. She's talking about the IOB-Y grant, the second grant that we have. We have just under $2,700 raised so far. And like I said, it goes till September 30th. I still have quite a few people to talk about. My mother just did a bottle drive this past weekend, so that money still needs to be put in there, which will put us well over $3,000 so far.
Okay.
So we're doing quite well with it, and we're actually above schedule according to IOB-Y, where we're supposed to be.
And there has been a checking account established, that all
Yes.
the board members have signed on to it, so it's all ready to go when the money starts coming in.
Perfect.
You might want to ask Calvin if he would like to do some kind of interview with the committee.
We can do that,
Would you be willing to do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Certainly, we expect the paving to be done this fall, Alan?
Yeah, as soon as we get this approved, I give the guy the okay, and he'll go in there and pave it.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much.
As far as the equipment goes, I can't promise you it's all going to happen in 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I expect this to go on for 2, 3, 4 years by the time we get everything done that we'd like with the park.
We certainly want to upgrade it, and we
Yes.
certainly hope that people use it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because there was a time and period, I understand, it wasn't very utilized very often.
Yes, there was a little bit of a time between generations, I guess you would say. I know in the 90s when I grew up, it was used quite often, and then towards the middle of the 2000s, kind of between the generations, it kind of was used a lot less. But now the new generation is definitely here, And we've done a survey to get proof of that. There's roughly around 100 children within a 10-minute walking distance of it. So it'll definitely be utilized, I'm hoping at least. And so it's definitely a good thing to go for. So.
And we support it, we do what we can to help. How quickly it all happens is another story.
No, absolutely. All right, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Anybody else? Nikki, you look confused. You got anything for us?
No, I'm gonna store it for a week.
Wow. Let us know.
Yeah.
I'd like to be there.
Be the next project meeting.
We're gonna try to keep you awake. I need approval of some board minutes. We had a public hearing on August 9th. I need a motion to approve those minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes for the public hearing on August 9th. Second.
Is there any questions on the minutes of August 9th public hearing? If not, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. Also on August 9th, we had a regular town board monthly meeting. We have the minutes, we need to approve those.
Make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of August 9th.
I'll second that. Okay. Is there any questions or concerns on the minutes of August 9th, regular town board meeting in August? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. We also had a special board meeting on August 22nd. Over the salt shed bids and discuss the salt shed. It was an extra meeting, so to speak. We need to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the August 22nd special meeting.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Any questions on the August 22nd meetings, minutes? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. You have your town clerk's monthly report? Pardon?
At Julie's.
I'll make a motion to approve the town clerk's monthly report for August.
Okay, and I'll second that. Is there any questions on the monthly report, town clerk's monthly report? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. And Julie keeps those, I sign them, she keeps them. Okay. You have the zoning board minutes of their meeting on August 18th. Interesting, please do read it if you haven't. It tells about some things that are happening in the township. They were approved by that board, they do not need to be approved by us, they're just for information.
Vicki, is there any movement on the solar panel project?
I haven't heard a thing since May. I've been wanting to talk to Mr. Robinson, but I haven't had a chance to meet up with him yet to see what, where that's at. But I mean, everything's been approved. Just waiting for is the bond payment and the building permit, the plans and whatnot. But nothing's come through, so I
They
haven't.
were going to hold here a few months ago.
Yeah. Just by there today and thinking about, I'm surprised there hasn't been some kind of movement on that.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a letter from the Environmental Facilities Corporation, FC, pertaining to, we have been awarded an extra $1 million grant for our water project, which was good news. I'm sure it's been in the papers, it's been well publicized, strictly for information.
That's good news.
Pardon?
Very, very good news.
Very good news. Equalization rate, New York State Department of Taxation. We're at 100%, which is where we need to be, as all towns are in the county. Our assessor has done a great job for us. That is strictly also for information. You have your upcoming dates for rabies clinics. I'll read them for people that may be viewing this on TV. Thursday the 22nd of September at Moore's Fire Station. Tuesday, 27th. Then Amora Fire Station, Tuesday, October 4th, right here at Champlain Fire Station. And Thursday, October 6th, at the Peru Fire Station. All pets must be at least 3 months old, and they need their first vaccination by age of 4 months of age. Strictly for information.
6 to 8.
Pardon?
I don't know, did you mention the time frame?
6 to 8:30, evening, all evenings. Okay, thank you, Steve. We got a letter from Time Warner pertaining to, I believe it's a quarterly payment that we received from them, $2,580 for the franchise fees for the Town of Champlain. This came back in July, so I'm sure we've got the check.
Yes,
We've got the check by now.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We have a issue, we've had a request, I should say, maybe, to reduce the speed limit on Prospect Street between Gemlaw Road and Northeastern School District. Alan, you might be able to explain this better. It's gone on to the county highway department, which forwards it to the state, I believe. Am I right?
Yes, I spoke to Lisa this morning and she told me that they made their study of the area and it was sent to Watertown. It's in Watertown, waiting for the answer to come back. See
Okay.
if they are gonna reduce it or what they're gonna do.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of time, we're gonna be hearing
Said it
from
would
it.
be about a month before we-
Yeah.
It takes a long time to get these approvals, if we get them at all. You know?
It's
We've
really
got
dangerous.
maybe one, Alan, since I've been here, or one or two at most?
One.
One.
I've tried this several times, I only won one.
Well, if there's a request, we keep trying.
That's really dangerous when you, when
It is
there's a soccer
Oh,
game
yeah,
going
the other
on.
night, I saw that.
Come up over that hill, it's,
So hopefully in the future that we have some answer on that issue.
could we put a sign there? I mean, not to slow it down, but something that says,
Children at
Can you
play.
put children that play up there?
There is children that play, but when they have a soccer game, I had taught them probably putting something, you know, like when the little things you buy on the side, you put one on each side of the road.
so it's bad, because you, and
You know,
then they
that
back out.
Bunums there, you put one like in the center of the road, like.
A bun-on?
Little
Of barrels? Those little barrels?
things there,
It's got the flag on
you
it.
got the flag on it.
Yeah, you see them all
Anything
over
would
now.
help to slow down that
Yeah,
traffic.
and it's just to make the people aware that, you know, as they come over the hill, that they can see the
Yeah.
cars. Otherwise, you can't see
Maybe
that.
it's not a bad idea because
No, it's something anyway.
you come on it before you even know it. The kids, you know, balls in the, maybe put a banana up there.
Yeah, put one in the middle of the road.
I like that.
We did get a letter, and I did send a letter of support. The town of Plattsburgh requested a letter of support for the mausoleums
Yes.
in the town of Ellenburg and town of Plattsburgh. They've had a problem. They're trying to secure funds from New York State. And they've been somewhat successful. I heard on the radio yesterday morning, between the two mausoleums, they expect $1 million upgrades. Unreal.
Yeah, well, how did the county get stuck with that? It's not
Well,
like-
it's an abandoned cemetery. Any abandoned cemetery.
That's what it's
And the
considered.
guy that made all the money left town, right?
Yep.
No, he left the world.
Died.
He
I'm
died.
sure there was more than one people benefited from that.
Okay, somebody did, so, okay. Anyways, I was asked for a letter of support a couple of weeks ago, and it was way before our town board meeting, so I just went ahead and did it. I just want you to know that we went ahead and did a letter of support. Okay. Well, this is an interesting one. Department of Transportation has an availability of $98.7 million and to support transportation-related projects, including bicycle pedestrian, multi-use paths, a whole lot of things. I don't know that we're going to qualify for any more. We've already qualified for one bike recreation trail, I call it. It's a non-motorized bike trail. This was strictly for information. I don't know of anything that we can apply for again, let's put it that way, okay? If anybody knows of anything, let me know. Very interesting one, a letter from Barton Judas, the engineering firm out of Syracuse, that does the monitoring of the landfill wells, testing wells up here in the old landfill. And one of our wells has to be replaced. We've gotten a couple estimates. Barton and Judas got us 2 estimates. Roughly one was $9,200, the other was $9,700, I believe. Okay. Barton and Judas has set up a meeting, I believe it's Thursday, 29th. I haven't spoke to John, I just got that yesterday, I believe. It's a Thursday. Hopefully I won't be here, I don't think I can be here. That you might be able to attend that, I'll give you the details on that, okay? And any other councilman that wants to sit in on that.
Thursday or Friday?
No, there was a Thursday or a Friday, and they came back with a Thursday, am I right, Jane?
Thursday and or Friday.
Yeah, but I believe the date came back as a Friday, a
I
Thursday.
can't
I
confirm
believe
that.
so.
I was there when you were talking to me.
Yeah,
Pretty sure
I
you
got
said
an
Friday.
I got an email back.
Oh, okay.
I believe, I'll check on that again. But either way, I know John goes away on Fridays.
No, it doesn't. I can't
Well,
be
no.
here.
I will have one of you guys sit in on that. The well does not need to be tested until next year again. So Barton and Judas is hoping that we can put off drilling this new well at least till next year. Okay, and that's what the meeting is going to be about, basically, okay?
Is there such a thing as using the existing well and just re-drilling it?
I think we wait till the spring after we get some snow. No, seriously, it's been such a dry, we talked about
When
that.
I went last time with that woman, well, it was in June, that well, we had a heck of a time just to get a little bit out of there.
But can you make that existing well deeper?
That's up to them if they want to do that.
Alan, am I correct?
That'd be less money.
I don't know.
It's been done before, they can re-drill a well, but if they want to do that, that's their.
Am I correct, Alan? It's not the depth of the well they're concerned about now, it's the well casing is bent?
Well, that's what they claim.
Saying it's letting leachate into it, and that's screwing up their testing.
Okay.
So
You know, this is almost a $10,000 item for us if we have to do this.
Wait till the spring.
Well,
Well,
they're gonna wait till next year now anyway.
Yeah.
well, that's
Okay,
that's
good.
part of Judas' proposal to DEC. Hopefully at this meeting, if we have that meeting at the end of the month, they can hammer that out, okay? But we'll look forward to that, okay? This is where we do have a, I won't call it a proposal, I'll call it a contract bid. I don't believe it's even an estimate, it's an actual price, $4,850 to do the paving.
Well, Alan is the one that's orchestrated that. That's a solid price, an Alan,
Yep.
from that, where?
Okay.
We buy the tar and the trucking and they lay it.
This is for Paris Mills, this is for the basketball.
That's for the basketball court.
Okay?
You need a roll call vote. That's what
I liked it when you were here, Jane.
Well, anyways, I don't know if it's got it's approximately 70 tons. It says a 2-inch type 6 top binder or whatever you call it. I would like a motion to approve to pay Laware Construction $4,850 to pave Paris Mills Park. That's the existing blacktop now, and they're just going to blacktop over it,
We're gonna go right over it.
okay? If that's the way the
So
board.
moved.
Thank you.
This is needed for the community, everybody knows it, and
Yeah.
I know all the board members on this, we gotta do something. They came to us and they got a motivated group here already.
Yep.
And I'd like to see this done,
Okay, we'll get it done as soon as we can, then. Okay? So if I could have a motion to approve? Did you?
John did.
John did?
Need a
Have a second? Thank you. Any questions? Jane tells me I need a roll call vote every time I spend
You do.
money. John?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
Clark?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
And I for myself, thank you.
Okay.
I think we should give John this New
Start.
York State DOT grant thing and let him run with that too.
Yes.
You're doing a good job, John, really.
Thank you.
Those flyers, Brian, that I brought up were mailed to us. Did anything come about them for those extra grants or whatever?
No, it looks like they use the same source.
Same source, yeah. Because we get things all the time in the mail for, recreation equipment and funding and all that, so.
You know.
As it comes in, I'll pass it on to Brian or to you or whatever.
Okay, sounds great, thank you.
Okay.
The playground equipment is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Good,
Oh, my God.
good stuff, it's unreal,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, we sent you over a book, hope it didn't hurt you.
But the good stuff lasts longer too, so,
Yes,
okay?
that's why it's so expensive.
We certainly want to move that part.
But when I bought some for the town, I think it was like that. Wow.
We got a letter from Perma, that's our insurance carrier, pertaining to risk management, suggestions.
Thank you for all your time.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming.
Okay.
I should mention that we had no claims at all. Remember you came in?
Yes,
It's to be commended
Yeah.
to Alan and all of us that there were no claims or
Yes.
permit whatsoever.
Thought we were gonna give him an award or something on that.
yes,
We had one, but we didn't.
yeah. Well, we like to go year to year, it keeps our rates down. Between not having any claims, as well as doing the safety training, which is required of us, we at least have a stable rate of insurance, which is really good. But that's strictly for your information. We appreciate those.
Is that something you would use now?
I've used these before. Their Permas, some of their films and stuff.
Actually, we've got 3 avenues that I can think of for training, safety training. The chamber does some, Alan,
Yeah.
and
We went to one this spring at the Town of Champlain. It lasted all day. That was like 7 hours.
okay.
Hey, you did a confined space one too, that some of my guys went to.
Yeah.
It was really good too.
Then I believe we've used a private contractor, Bruce Gray. Is it Bruce Gray?
Yep.
We've had him do some for us. Our insurance carrier almost requires us to do 2, 3 a year, whatever it
They
takes.
have a lot of films available to
Yes,
us
they
at
do
no
too.
charge. So
Okay.
It's the big one that fits
that
our.
fits what your needs
yeah.
would be.
Okay. Okay. This next thing is strictly not it's for us to review, but it's pertaining to a person who owns land in the town of Champlain and several nearby towns, who's grieving his assessments. Harris Beach, which is Doug Gerhardt's, is handling it for the school, okay? This person has done this year after year, from what I understand. And Tim Serpinski, our assessor, feels real comfortable that what he's assessed this gentleman at will stand. Whatever, just strictly for information, we will not personally get involved in that. The town board needs to know. And certainly if we ever go to, I believe it's an Article 78 hearing on this, and if it's ruled against us, we'll certainly know that. Okay. Yeah, this is, the next one's about the landfill up here. I believe, well, there's 2 different things here. One is the landfill and the other is Lincoln Boulevard. As far as the landfill, tell you about the damaged well and stuff, we have to wait till after that meeting. Hopefully one of you guys can attend, come back with a solution. We hope we can take care of it next year, not this year. We have not budgeted, I don't believe, for $10,000 for this year. Okay. But they don't seem to care. This next issue pertaining to Lincoln Boulevard is in the hands of an attorney to review it, see what our options are. Other than that, I don't know if we need to comment on it. We will come to an agreement on that somehow, somewhere.
What's the
Pardon?
nature of this?
Pardon?
What's the nature of this situation?
It's a street, part, 4/10 of a mile, street, within the village of Russell's Point, if I'm correct, owned by the town of Champlain. The state tells us that.
It is the street that goes into the pod
Lincoln Boulevard.
Lincoln Boulevard.
Where's this, Lincoln Boulevard's right here, and the lake is right here.
Oh,
As soon as you come across the bridge, there's a little piece of property right there. And it's technically still, according to the state, resides in the town of Champlain.
All you gotta be aware of is the fact that it's, I'm not gonna say being litigated, it's been examined to see how we can come up with a resolution to settle the issue, okay?
Yeah, the issue is,
Who owns the road and who's gonna maintain the road? Okay? Alan did go and inspect the road. The road is in decent shape. He said there was a couple potholes, it was no big thing. Certainly, I actually believe it'll be out of our hands. Somebody's gonna tell us whether we gotta have to maintain
Well, I
it.
think it's been established that the town does own it.
Yes, the state did that.
Yes, because the IDA dissolved. And when the IDA, the Town of Champlain IDA dissolved, all the assets came back to the Town of Champlain. And this road was part of that. The other, I don't know, structures along Lincoln Boulevard were under pilot agreements. And those pilots have been exhausted for many, many years. But the road remains in the town's name. And the village of Champlain, or village of Rouse's Point has been maintaining it all these years, and for whatever reason, they no longer want to do it. But it is a town highway
In the village of Rouse's
in the
Point.
village of Rouse's Point. It's an unusual
Oh, very
situation.
unusual.
And
Isn't
Alan, I
it just that
guess,
little access road that goes out to where Customs has their,
No, this one
Inspection.
that goes, goes all the way in.
Oh, the lights and everything.
way,
you drive
way
right.
down about
Lincoln Boulevard,
2,100 feet or something.
2,200 feet.
2,200
okay.
feet.
because this is saying it's in the village of Rouse's Point.
It is.
Down the road.
See, I understand that,
It
they
is.
annexed all that property into the village.
Well, then what is this piece right here that I'm looking at that's showing is in the town of Champlain
It
still?
is, the wetlands there where the customs has that.
Yeah,
little-
that's what I was.
Yeah,
that's
that is the town of Champlain right
Yeah,
there.
the town
That's
of
what we were
Champlain
talking
starts
about.
at Montgomery Street and goes all the way to the top of the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess, Alan, you're the one that talked with Dan Letourneau.
I talked to Dan Letourneau yesterday, and they don't want nothing to do with it. I tried to convince them, if you guys want to exchange some work or something to upkeep the road. For us to go plow that, I gotta leave Pillsbury Road and go through the village to go plow that. Sometimes you get a major snowstorm, you gotta do that 4 or 5 times a day.
Is that part of your cumulative
No,
numbers for roads?
no, that was never on my,
Chip through.
Yeah, there you
Chips.
go, that's the word,
yeah,
chips.
it was never on the CHIPS program. That road was never on anybody's CHIPS program, from what I can see, because Ross Point couldn't declare it because they didn't own it.
Well, it was- And like I say, it was in the IDA kind of
Yeah.
hands kind of thing.
Well, that's interesting.
how many businesses or parcels are being serviced?
There's quite a few. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
Kemia's back there.
5, 6.
The last building there with the other, we were coins, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's cool.
precious metals is what
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
Those are the ones that plugged all the
Three
pipes
bills.
for the village.
yeah.
And then you got all the infrastructure that's under that road,
Yeah.
that services all those buildings.
So the village is saying they're not gonna maintain the water and sewer either?
They didn't say nothing about the water and sewer,
And
all they
electricity.
said.
Well, the only thing is they're selling the water and sewer,
Yeah.
and they're selling the power.
Yeah.
If we take it over, is the money gonna go to us?
Maybe they should annex it into.
All I was
Well, that's
all
not-
I was thinking that they were giving us we were just taking over the road, so I don't know if it included the utilities with it.
Well, what happens if there's a leak in the pipe or the
Yeah.
electric line?
Was there an easement? Maybe they have an easement to it. It's hard to know what was done way back
It's
then.
under discussion, I think, the bare minimum.
Yeah, we're not gonna fix somebody's water pipe,
So where's it gonna go?
that, we're not getting paid
Maybe
for
a
that
big
water.
pod or a pod, we want it.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if Pod takes it, it's gonna go in his tax roll.
Yeah, he's
When
gonna
we
want-
talked, I
He's
talked
gonna
to
have
Bill
to pay
today,
to
he
maintain
said
it.
Bob won't want it.
No,
I
he's not
don't
gonna
want
want
it, the
that.
village of Rouse's
He
Point
doesn't want anything
it.
that's gonna cost him any money down there, I'm sure.
It's called no man's land.
So I'd be curious to know why all of a sudden, after 20 years, the village of Rouse's Point does not want this road.
Okay,
Did Dan say why? Because of the maintenance of it?
He said his town board his village board was fed up, they don't even want to talk about it.
For what reason? Didn't know.
Who made the determination that we own it?
state. New York State,
State has
Have we had any impact
input this decision
It's
making?
passed by the Assembly, was it?
It was the state, it was a resolution by the state, the Senate,
By Betty Lou.
because of the dissolution of the Town of Champlain IDA. We turned over all of our property or pilots to the county development corporation. But the assets that belong to the Town of Champlain, which includes this road, remain with the town. And this road has been deemed that it is the Town of Champlain. It was never in a pilot. It was carved out of this whole pilot program.
It's not,
That was many, many, many years ago.
it's complicated,
Yeah, it's not,
to say the least.
yeah.
Well, anyways, hopefully in the future we'll have something
There
else
has
to
to be
do.
an attorney looking at this or, further other than you and I. But right now, the village of Ross is.
I was taught when you took care of maintaining something for 20 years, it's like the town, like these turnarounds we got.
Yes.
It automatically the town,
Didn't you do that up on Fairbairn?
yes, I had 2 incidents, the
Yeah.
town.
Because Bill was looking into that, but he hasn't said anything. I don't believe.
Okay, if you have any resolutions we would like to present to Association of Towns, we need to do that by November. I do understand, though, Alan, from I read once, there was a bill, either in the state, senate, or assembly, to allow towns to reduce speed limits.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that's passed.
That's just on the standstill, I haven't heard any more about that.
Okay, that would be handy for us. That would be,
Yeah.
okay.
Solve a lot of grief.
It would eliminate problems, okay? We're gonna request from the zoning board to allow Andy Black to attend a seminar. He's one of our zoning board members, to attend a seminar at SUNY Potsdam in October. We've done this in the past, we've allowed our members to do these.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, thank you. Second, somewhere? Thank you, Brian. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Alan, we've got some other stuff here, but Alan, update on the highway, other than paving? And
I got done paving last week, we helped Town of Moore's pave theirs. Now we had gravel to draw, I'm almost done that. I gotta put shoulders on these roads. And I'm still trying to get on DEC, we're trying to get a hold of our sand pit, see if we can get in there, get that permit in. I didn't hear nothing today, but hopefully I will do tomorrow.
Okay. October's coming quick, eh?
Wow, there's a lot of questions to be asked and answered there. I mean, there was a little confusion because that land was put in agricultural exempt. And we're turning it over to a sand pit. And the state claims that that's a major project. So instead of opening up to like 5 acres like we were supposed to, I'm gonna cut it down to 2.4 acres to make it legal. And work on this winter to, to finish opening it up for future. Step by step with the state.
There's no doubt that it will be the full amount of the sand pit, it's just a matter of time.
Yes.
To get it.
A couple of acres will probably last us a couple
Oh,
of
we'll
years.
be all set for this year, next year.
Yes.
Give us time to work on this.
Do you have anything left in the old sand pit?
Oh, I think we could scrounge a little bit if we really, really had to. Stony,
Yeah.
We waste, it wastes a lot of time, it's hard on equipment.
Yeah.
Start pushing those stones to get a handful of sand. I don't know.
Is there a time limit on reclaiming the old sand?
I got till 2020.
What about that?
I renewed the permit last year, they gave me 5 years. So if I don't do nothing in 2020, then you gotta pay another lot of money to renew it for every 5 years. So I'm gonna try to get it closed before 2020,
Okay.
so we don't have to keep paying.
You did come in good too with your tar too, under budget.
Yeah,
which is
came in
wonderful.
under.
Great.
The roads look spirited, really good.
I have to say, I noticed that I was up on the White Road headed to Churubusco, and he did the same thing that you do now with like 50 feet on either side of the road to get everything cleared out.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to worry about pushing snow out of the way or,
That's to see the deer coming across.
well, I was up with the Rouse, I was up at the Rouse camp and I said, what is this, a super highway up through here now?
See, they're gonna be going through there with windmills and that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
They need the width.
Yeah.
Plus tree.
That road was bad, that road.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Well,
it
you gotta
called?
do that.
Water?
You can't-
White, never even heard of that.
It goes up off Cannon Road, am I correct?
Cannon, yeah. Where the old fire station is in Cannon's Corners.
It goes up to Cannon Hill Road? Is it?
Where's that Bull Run? Does that go all the way to
Bull
Bull
Run.
Run?
Bull Run is west of, I know where it is.
Yeah,
It's in the same vicinity,
it is that neck of the woods.
yes. You did, on the desk tonight, you have your August dog control officer report. And we do have to approve this resolution, we got it late today, pertaining to, remember we had a public hearing on a sewer district? There was a 30-day permissive referendum possibility. That's gone by, and we need to approve this final order for the town board, Town of Champlain, the matter of formation of the Champlain Sewer District number 6. This is, to my knowledge, is strictly the West Service Road. Am I correct, Becky?
As far as I know, yes.
Strictly the West Service Road. Now, this district can be expanded later to include other things, but as of right now, it's strictly West Service Road. Okay? Bill Farrow drew this up for us. You want to take a minute forward?
How's the funding on this gonna work?
It's,
That's after we move in a second.
It's discussion.
yeah, it is. Well, it's approximately, Mickey, you probably know as much as I do or more on this particular subject. It's like a roughly $850,000 project. Approximately half of that is being paid by the state of New York to bring the sewer line from their proposed truck inspection station down to the village limit.
Right,
And we have to hook onto that going north,
right.
and it's a little over $400,000, I believe, our share, okay?
I believe at the end, you're gonna be borrowing roughly 60 to 80,000 to complete the project. Because that was a discussion with the engineers over just putting the main line in, and all the customers would bring their lines into the main versus the project paying for it.
Okay.
So it was a big savings by doing it that way.
You cut the numbers down per
Yeah.
user also.
Yeah.
And to my
Yeah, the EDU for that would be a lot less than
Yeah.
if the installation was part of the project.
Right.
And certainly our portion of the project will not be constructed until the state's portion is constructed first. And to my knowledge, that's supposed to be done next year in 2017.
Yes.
Okay.
We are gonna have to get our own funding.
Pardon?
We're gonna have to get our own funding for that balance.
For the
Yes.
difference?
Yes.
We did look into that months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got roughly 415,000, Mickey, am I correct?
Whatever the loan, I mean, the
Yes.
grant was that we got,
Yes.
450 or 415.
To my knowledge, Mickey's correct on the balance roughly,
Yeah.
which is minuscule really for the whole project. It really brings it right down to very, very manageable.
We're not ready to start this just yet.
No, this is gonna be at least a year out or more. I don't expect this until summer or fall of next year. We're ready to go. So I would like a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any questions? Jane had a
Burn the
question.
stake, we're gonna burn
Was your
together.
question answered, Jane, pretty much?
Not really, but I'll get to it. So it's gonna be privately funded for so it's up to us to get the bonding or whatever for this,
Yes.
for the difference.
Yes.
So this is different than.
If you're
what
talking
the
about
water
an
project is.
It's much different.
$850,000 project, we only gonna come up with 60, 70, 80,000.
Right.
It's less than 10% of the project, really. It makes it very, very affordable, let's put it that way.
What it comes down to is, do you want to borrow 60 or 80,000 for the life of the loan, 20, 25 years, I think it was?
Yes.
Or, I mean, talking with the engineers, it was different scenarios, but nothing was really hammered out.
We can.
Yes, at an interest rate, but it won't be an interest rate.
How is the EDUs terminated or calculated?
It's based on the, like the water, like the building size, how many bathrooms, sinks, much water you,
So it's not based on water consumption?
I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with it. It's a similar formula, but I'm not exactly sure how.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I mean, the bigger the company, the more usage they have, I'm sure their EDU rates are gonna be comparable compared to, say, somebody that has just one office, small office.
Just for
This,
Yeah.
But their
Curiosity.
usage rate will be based on water.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
as
Use
far as
1,000 gallon
the,
water, supposedly
as
you got
far as
1,000
the,
gallon is.
the debt service part of it, there is a formula. I don't remember what it is.
I'm gonna worry about this tomorrow.
No.
By the state putting in that line, it makes it very, very,
Oh.
plus the grant that we
Well, if
got.
the state wasn't doing it, it would be an expensive project.
Yes.
I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I think it would be wise that
People
we
went service road and waiting.
take advantage of it.
That's the thing.
It's all commercial, to my knowledge,
Yes.
there's no residential.
There's no residential there.
Okay. Okay, I do have a motion and a second. Any other questions? If not, I need a roll call vote. John?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
Clark?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
I for myself, thank you. Passes. I have to have Julie sign that.
Yes, I will get it. I'll get it.
You have your post audit bills. Monthly bills? Would anybody like to pay the monthly bills?
Steve, do you want to bring that up for here in court?
We have received a second bill. You'll see in the list, there's one in here for 3,500 that was what we were originally quoted for the salt shed redesign. But Jane received an invoice, I don't know when,
September 9th.
yeah,
Is it in here?
it has an addition,
Separate?
it has
No,
an
I just
additional
got this.
$500 on there.
Additional $500 for opening up the bids.
Yeah, but wait a minute. If I'm correct, we're only approving what we got in front of us.
That's correct.
But
But we also received this.
yeah, I think we
Well, we're-
should table that.
If I'm correct,
So we don't have to.
we're approving the bills that we got in front of us tonight, and that's all we're approving. Okay? Are we
We're just
agreeing on it?
bringing it up,
Yes.
bringing it to the attention of the board. that's
Okay.
all.
Is there any questions on any of the bills? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the monthly bills.
Do I have a second? Thank you. Any questions, any of them? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Does anybody else have anything to bring forward the board? You do?
Well, I'm just wondering when this, because I received a couple of phone calls, plus this Norman Gauthier stopped in from Customs. And he's looking for the easement that was supposed to be put in place
Yes.
months
And
ago.
the consolidation of the,
And the consolidation of the EDU billing, because they want one contract rather than 6 bills.
yes.
So
I talked to Bill today, he's working on it.
the third billing is coming up
I
for
will
the
be,
EDUs, and they're going to be looking for this.
Why does Bill have to be involved? Why can't we just consolidate the
no, it's
bills?
a.
It has to be a contract.
It's a contract and easement, okay?
And that's the only way, because last time, I think, about a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I remember the discussion, I just thought it was simpler
Yes.
than
Or maybe
have a bill
It's,
involved.
hasn't been easy, let's put it that way. It's fairly,
So
I'm
this
not gonna
guy
say
What do you want
complicated.
for a term?
Pardon?
Are you looking for a term for the contract, or?
No, it's a,
They want to consolidate all their properties into one
Right.
bill,
Right.
Yes.
put it X amount of EDUs, whatever the total
Yeah.
is, rather than each parcel or each
They're not
place.
questioning the bill itself, I believe.
No.
Okay. So the money will be forthcoming. It's just a matter of buildings, put this together for us. But I've talked to Bill a couple times. I talked to him yesterday, I talked to him today.
About the easement, he
The
hasn't found
easement's still
that?
out there too, he asked me about
I
that
talked to
too.
him today.
I mean, I'm
don't
running
think
out
they
of
received it yet.
excuses.
You got gray hair now?
Is there a bill in here for,
Bill?
No,
Okay, we're, well,
well, that's what works.
I'm very hopeful to have something soon. What else can I say?
keep quiet.
It's not that we've forgotten it, we are not overlooking
No,
it.
but we don't wanna get their legal people after us.
I know.
And to my knowledge, the gentleman at the border is good to work with.
Yeah, I mean, when I get to talk to him, he's a hard guy to, I mean, he's busy, he's all over the
Understand.
place. but-
Should we call them, or should we call them?
I've got his number.
I mean, just,
This is Norman Gothier that.
just
The Bill's got,
update them on
Bill,
where we are with our attorneys.
okay.
Suggestions.
We have these bills to be approved too for the EFC Bernier and Carr for $98,058.50. E.J. Prescott for $72,033.79. Casale, $475,322.94. And the Village of Champlain, $3,773.37. This was to reimburse them for the water meters that they had to put in. That's how Anthony explained it to me.
Yeah.
And before we pay this, I need some kind of a voucher or invoice or something, not just a request from Anthony. And he knows that. So I don't know
For the villages
for the
portion?
villages. But I mean, in order to submit it to EFC, they're not gonna pay without an invoice,
Right.
okay?
Okay.
So we
What about the rest of
everything
Is
except
it
that.
all in one bill?
What's that?
Is it? You're not separate, they're all four in one?
There are 5 separate bills in here.
We only got to approve it once, so we're approving them all at once.
By signing up, approving them, yeah, whatever, they have to sign them.
So I need a motion to approve the amount of monies that Jane just read off to you.
The documentation is there if you
Yep.
want to review it prior to signing.
I so move,
I'll second that.
now that I feel like good about it today.
So, I need a review session here.
Okay.
When we're at this stage, EFC has approved these.
No.
I thought we were
No.
only approving,
These have been submitted to us from Bernie and Carr. We have to approve them. They have to go to EFC. They'll release the funds the week after, am I correct?
If everything is,
If everything's okay.
okay. They have held back until documentation has been submitted,
Okay.
but
Okay.
there's been nothing really that they have not paid.
Usually,
Might have been, delay because it wasn't right paperwork.
Okay.
but
okay.
if they submit these this week, usually by the end of next week,
On Friday.
and Jane doesn't write the checks until she makes sure the money's in the bank,
Okay.
okay?
We don't pay this until that money has been deposited
Okay.
into our account.
Okay.
And it's after EFC approves it.
Okay.
They sent us a
Just
notice.
didn't remember, I
Yeah.
knew there was a checks and balances on their part.
Yeah, they sent us a notice when they deposit the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you just need a voucher from the Village of Champlain.
You need a voucher or a more or less like an invoice or some kind of statement
Itemized.
to justify the $3,200, which is, no big deal.
No, it isn't.
But EFC is not going to approve that without the
Right.
documentation.
You can't just say,
Yeah.
Can I ask a question about this? Is there any way of knowing how much money we've paid Casal on their contract so far?
Absolutely.
And I mean, do you have a rough idea?
Not on the top of my head.
No? Okay.
No.
Because their bid was around 5 million, give or take,
Four and
so.
a half.
Not, we've paid, there's been, I think, 3 or 4 checks issued. The last one was over $1 million. 2 times before, because they came here to pick it up.
Yeah, I know.
They told us today they only got a little over a mile to do.
But they haven't done any laterals now,
Right. Yeah, I understand.
and that's a lot of work.
They're doing the easy money.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
Do you want to know how much?
I know where you're
we
going.
spent?
no, what I want to know is, what I'd like to know is where we're at as far as the budget and the work they've got done, what they've got left to do, and, I mean, how is this tracking? I mean, we don't really get any reports from the engineers.
Well, we had that this afternoon, we know there's roughly $375,000 left in the contingency, am I correct?
Right.
375?
Yeah, that's,
They use it-
375 is more accurate supposedly.
That's what
we
they told us
heard.
today, okay?
But I agree with what Nikki's saying, though, that.
I mean, where we at with the project? I mean, is it a quarter done, 30% done?
No, I asked you that this morning and you weren't sure either.
No, that's what I mean. I mean, I don't have a good feeling with this contract, I gotta tell you. You know, I'm out there every day, I see what's going on, and it's an absolute shame, you know? And they're not really being held to the wall here.
Well, somewhat this afternoon, I think they were. Brian, you were here, John was here.
Well, I hope things change, because there's not one thing finished that they've started.
Well, the biggest issue this afternoon was reclaiming or reconstructing the work sites. Okay. And you're telling me this evening, I believe you told me that seed has to be down by,
According to the project manual that I read it all the time, come October 1st, you can't put any more seed down till next spring. So what's not seeded by October 1st is gonna be mud all winter and mud all spring. I mean, you guys walk around the mall, let me know how the chewing goes. You know, I mean, people are upset, and rightfully so. I mean, there's holes everywhere, it's worse than a bunch of woodchucks out there.
they were alerted this afternoon.
Yes, and I tell you what, we all agreed Al's getting his butt chewed, and everybody, all these guys on the board here, Brian, everybody has been hearing about it, but
So what is our recourse?
Well, the engineer is our representative. I mean, any complaints that we have or issues, we have to go through them. They're the ones that have to negotiate with the contractor. I mean, they can withhold payment or whatever they have to do, but I do believe that some pressure has to be applied to this outfit to clean up the messes they've got going. I mean, I go to these project meetings every week, and every week we hear, yes, there's gonna be a restoration crew, they're gonna be here next week. The service crew to put the laterals in are gonna be here next week. Now Clark tells me tonight that they can't do the reseeding because the laterals aren't in, and they gotta do that first. Well, the laterals are supposed to be put in right after the main line is put in, so that's not our problem, that's the contractor's problem. So why are we, you know, I mean,
That was a statement in response to Greg
right,
bringing this to.
yeah. I mean, the mayor's frustrated beyond belief over this,
But
you know?
there were several frustrations expressed, and every one of them, I feel, was responded to by Charlie. Now, this is the first I've heard tonight that the ground has to be seeded by October 1st.
Yeah, it's in that
That's
book.
not being done, and I personally think that's a justification for not paying that portion of the contract until it is done.
I mean, they have 14 days once they disturb the ground to reclaim it. I mean, pick the spot where they started down by the underpass, way back in June. I mean, they haven't been back there since then. Why they started there, I mean, you can't tell a contractor how to do his job, but it's a disgrace out there, it really is. I mean, you look at Paquette's corner where the insurance is, and to me, that was done deliberately, that mess that's left there for everybody to look at and everybody to complain about. I mean, we're the ones that are suffering the brunt of this. I mean, I was off all last week and I came back, and I went through there Monday and I couldn't believe it. I tracked the inspector down and asked him, you know, what the hell's going on here? And he said, oh, don't worry, it's coming out. Well, it's coming out, but it's been there for 2 weeks now. So, you know, I mean, that shouldn't be. If they want to make a mess, go on the back street somewhere so nobody can see them.
Okay.
No, you make valid points, and I think the only way
Some
that
of
we
those were
make,
conveyed today, though.
yes, but I'm saying that we need to know what our options are for
Yeah, but
getting this
we need to
What
hear
is our
from the leverage?
engineers
engineers how it's going to be addressed because they're the
Yeah.
representatives.
right. What's our leverage?
Time goes by, that ground starts stiffening up, they're not gonna do a very good job.
You know, you might as well say we're at October 1st here now, it's the middle of September, you got 2 weeks left and, you know, I
By
mean,
the end of November, frost started going in.
oh yeah.
Anyways, we started to approve these.
Oh.
I believe we had a motion, we didn't have we had a second. We did not vote on it. Yes.
Aye.
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 When do you think?
I don't mind speaking to the inspectors. I know them all pretty well.
Well, I talk to them all the time.
They've torn up enough of our stuff that,
What do you got?
We need to set up a budget workshop,
Yes.
please.
oh boy.
I haven't received all the requests back, but in, I believe, Julie's letter said if you don't get them back by such a date, the assumption is they're okay to what they get.
The wish list, you mean?
Yeah, the wish
Has
list.
she sent those out?
Yes. I haven't received any of them back yet. You get one? So anyway, well, today's the 13th.
I think they have it back in by the 20th, I think.
We need probably 2 or 3, so.
Well, we could do, we do one short meeting probably next week sometime, just to get a feel of what you guys are thinking about. Before I do, you know, just for the tentative budget, it's just the wish list kind of thing to see. Alan certainly has to be involved with that. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen in the paper where sales tax money isn't where they're hoping it was going to be. So that would be a
Fourth
big.
quarter could change things, we don't know that yet. We can't depend on
So
it.
the projections are a little bit lower than what they had anticipated. And that's a big part of our budget. But we do have some bills to pay, and we need to, you know,
Well, the 20th will be my last day here for a few days. I'm going to the hospital on
so
21st.
you and I can talk before we need to get that done.
Yeah.
What about the 22nd? Short meeting.
Works for me, 21st is not.
22nd, anybody got a problem?
What time?
What's the earliest you can get here? 4, really? Wonderful. What about you guys, John? Thursday?
Brian's in.
Brian? Are you okay?
No, not on Thursday.
You're gone on Thursday. I mean, the 21st is not good for you.
Tuesday the 20th.
And the 20th, well, what about the 20th?
The 20th, I have a doctor's appointment in the afternoon, but I can be back to the
It's just like a, you know,
Preliminary.
well, to see where
Yeah, sure.
everybody, to save me a few steps in the process. That's basically what. 20th, 4 o'clock? John? Alan, okay?
That's my birthday.
Is it? Oh, no, then we don't.
No, no.
Well, you can celebrate at 5 o'clock.
I'll be,
It'll be done by
It'll still be your
5.
birthday.
Okay.
it'll still be my birthday at 5 o'clock.
That's right, by September 20th, around 4.
When I get that age, I didn't want to celebrate birthdays anymore.
Okay, so it'll be
Birthday.
just to get a feeling what you guys want to do. And
Okay.
by then, I should know what our commitments are going to be in January. Salt shed, and payment to the EFC,
Yeah, I'll respond to that.
the building. We're in the hole right now. It means we don't even get any money back on that. The money that we got tied up for the salt shed.
Yeah, we'll have
There's a
to,
few questions there.
before it gets too late, I'm gonna have to dig that lawn up here. There's a culvert that goes right across the lawn, that goes right across the road. That culvert's all rotten. And it doesn't drain anymore back here. If you get a big rain, all the water stays there, all the bottom of that culvert. We took a section out here a while back, and it's all rotten. And I'm gonna have to cut the parking lot, try to pave it before it gets too cold. I gotta
What
get
kind
that
of money are
done.
we talking there?
Well, you're gonna need about 7 links, 18-inch pipe.
Money.
Find out.
That's what I deal with.
Well, I can probably do it less than 5,000.
5?
I hate not to do it, because you put that salt shed up, and the water starts backing
Well,
up,
sure,
and you
yeah,
get
I know.
these, coming
It's
in
time to
looking
do
at
it,
this
yeah.
and stuff.
See, these are the things I need to kind of know what to prepare. I mean, the union contract, that's good for 2017. Not sure about health insurance. We did get our estimate from retirement. That's up. I'm not sure how much up, but it is up, 90,000, something like that. Health insurance is a big,
You haven't got an estimate on the health insurance?
no. So, these are, things that do not go away. Okay, so the 20th around 4.
Yep.
Okay, good night. Hope to be out of here by 5.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's all this manifests.
Anybody else have anything? Need a motion to adjourn?
Did you sign everything?
Did I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Brian, you get the camera, please. There you go.
Okay, fair enough.